Hi, Andy. Thanks for joining me today for another one of our property recruitment Q&As. Today, we're just going to talk a little bit about, resumes and some popular questions we have around building resumes in facility management. So the first question I have for you is, what mistakes should you try and avoid when writing your resume?
Yeah, I think this is a very great question to ask. I think one of the most common mistakes that we have is, well, first off, just checking on things like grammar and spelling. There's small mistakes here and there that should just kind of be double checked when you're reading through your resume. But apart from that, I think another common mistake that we see is sometimes people like to put a bit too much detail as to, what their previous roles have entailed, their kind of responsibilities and key duties and things like that. Of course, it's good to have detail, and of course, you want to be able to showcase your skill set to a potential employer. But sometimes just having a large chunk of text can be a little bit off-putting. So what I would suggest is perhaps just having, the key responsibilities, the key things that you were in charge of on a day-to-day basis, and things like that, that showcase your abilities, and having that under your resume.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you don't want to have it too long or else you can kind of lose yourself a bit in it.
Definitely.
So the next question I have is, what do you write if you don't have any experience in the job field you're applying to?
Yeah, I think if you're looking to move into another field and you don't perhaps have a lot of experience in that particular field, one of the best things you can write in your resume is to, I guess, highlight the experiences that you do have, perhaps, experiences or skills that you've learned from your previous jobs that you think might translate well over, and kind of build those connections to an employer as well as to how your skills can help them in that role and in that and help benefit their company.
Yeah, of course. And the next question I have is, how important is an objective statement slash summary?
Yeah, building upon what I said before as well, I think having an objective statement or summary is quite important. It definitely helps you to showcase some things that, perhaps might not come across in your CV. It also helps you to build up a bit about yourself as well, that you can sell yourself a bit more. You can explain a bit more about your personality, your background, things like that. But also potentially if you are looking to change industries as well, perhaps using that short summary as well to highlight why you are looking to make a move and how your skills can benefit moving into that new role, moving into that new industry, and just being able to best highlight, the skills that you do possess and how that can ultimately help you in the end. I think that's very important to highlight in the summary.
Yeah, for sure. And the last question I have for you today is, what can you include in your resume to help you stand out?
Yeah, I think something that really helps a resume stand out, especially in the facilities field, is just having perhaps a short section at the start of each of your roles, perhaps just highlighting, some of your key achievements during your time at that asset. So, for example, if it's a very well-known asset, having that highlighted is very important. Perhaps, if you were involved with some key renovations or fit outs or refurbishments, highlighting those projects as well at the start, just briefly under the role is also quite good to have. Just because it's very eye-catching to a potential employer, and it's the first thing they see after your title. So I think that is something else that could be quite good to have that can help you stand out compared to the competition.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so like I said, that was all the questions I have for you today. If you're watching and you have any questions you'd like to ask Andy that weren't, in our Q&A here today, feel free to reach out to him. I've got his details on the screen. And yeah, thanks for your time today, Andy.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's a pleasure as always.